All right, we got the back hatch of this awesome blue Corolla. We got a wiper in the way. I'll sometimes remove these. Usually I'll just kind of like leave them in the way, but turns out this right here, oh, you know what? Now that stays up. If this was closed, this wouldn't stay up like that. So a lot of them, especially domestic, you're gonna have to pull this off to kind of get the wiper out of the way. You can work around it, I often do, but simple little 10 mil, gonna loosen this up. And as long as they're not rusted, they usually just pop off. You can see like a lot of dirt builds up in there, but popped right off, cool. Set it over here so we're not gonna miss it or anything. Now to prep it. So soapy water, haven't done anything yet to it. I'm just gonna give it a quick scrub down. Hatchbacks are so much simpler when the spoiler is actually out of the way. I thought this one was gonna be like the Focus, where it was sitting in the way, but it comes high enough to where it shouldn't be a problem. Squeegee it. We got a Libman squeegee here, just top to bottom. I want to completely dry everything, make sure I sweep all the water off of where I'm going to be working. Then we're going to grab a roll of Glass Aid, go around this puppy so we can see it, and keep this window safe. Oh my God, it's so hard to see in there. There it is. So I'm going to put this around the edge of the border. So the inside edge of the Glass Aid matches up with the outside edge of this black ceramic border. No dots, so this will look clean. Boom. Trim this off. Now we're going to grab whatever we find first, either dryer sheet. We got a dry shrink prep baggie. We're gonna grab that. Going to kind of slide our hand across it. Make sure we get a nice even coating. Just a little spritz, kind of rough up the baggie, and you just want to get a nice thin, even layer around the glass. Make sure, there we go. That should dry pretty quick. So we're doing C220. I actually only have a longer roll anyways. Otherwise, you'd probably be fine with even a 20-inch roll on this thing. If I roll it right onto the window, I'll spritz it just a little bit. That way the film has something to grab to, but I don't want to douse it. And I'm not going to do that if it is a very curvy window. So the idea is just to give it a little bit of cling so you can still shrink it fine. I'm going to trim off all my excess. So when you're dealing with a wiper mount, look at all this. We're just gonna set you there. We'll throw you in the trash later probably. So we're gonna trim around the wiper mount. That way the film's gonna lay flat. Toss that aside. And then we're gonna divide this in half. Nice and evenly. Right like that. And then you're gonna see what curve that you have. Not a whole lot on the top and the bottom. And everything's gonna be pretty easy to get to. Let's grab our heat gun. And since we're right here on the back hatch, we can go straight across. Effectively like a big quarter window with some little extra shrinking to it. And we also have that little curve, so just be a little wary about that. You're still trying to direct everything up and down, so even at this angle, you're going to try and angle fingers so they're vertical. Like that. So I'm almost like swiping it in just to like direct those fingers up as I push it. I don't just want to flatten it straight out. Yeah, see how that starts to go sideways a little bit? Straighten it back out. Anytime that happens, just don't let it basically go sideways. Always direct that. Because it's got to shrink up and down, even though the edge of your film kind of curves out gradually. So, see these? I'm not going to push them this direction. I'm going to straighten them out here, and then just try and iron them out directly down. Right like that. Cool. Looking good. Top. A lot more straightforward than that curve. There we go. She's all shrunk. Minus a little touch up. Take our knife. So much room. Just gonna keep this right in the center. It's gonna give us a nice border. Got that. Half's done. Alright, I always cut in the direction that I'm most comfortable, so it's usually like with my right hand leading in that direction. So that's why I'll sometimes start in other places and just keep going around in that direction. Just more comfortable is all. Perfect. Almost perfect. Now she's perfect. Really? Okay, I guess we're not almost perfect. Just a small couple little hang-ups. There's that. And then this little guy. Connect him back with the rest of the cut. Perfect. See, we're just gonna end up throwing that piece out. As much as I want to use it for something else, I never know. I forget what film it even is, and then it goes in the trash. But until then, I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna use it for something else. Tear away the glass aid. Heat gun. So we're gonna touch up the edges. I always do this whether or not I have glass aid there. After you trim out your pattern, so even if you do it with like plotter and stuff, always just go back over your edges. It'll definitely help minimize any little fingers that pop up. Still will usually get something, but especially on the top and bottom, if it's preventable, it's way quicker to do this always on the outside than it is on the inside. But on a hatch, it's a little bit different, I guess. Pick this up. We're gonna have to go grab a towel. I got this mirror peel board here, so we're gonna set this kind of how we're gonna pick it right up off of the car. If I left it on the car, we can come back over here, grab some things to clean the outside. That's really what peel boards are gonna be really handy for. If you ever wanna peel it off like a back window, even like in a sedan or something, you don't have to peel it off the car. If you have an area with a board, you can use that. That allows you to take the time to clean the outside of the glass and kind of check it over before you even tint it. That way when you're, opening up and you're cleaning, you can see any types of dirt a little bit better. All right, the sprayer goes on this side. We need a towel. Let's run over here. Unhook these. Excuse me. We'll flip this over this way. I can kind of wedge this up here. Look at that. It's nice. Okay, so we're gonna clean the inside off with the scrubby. This one's always really good at getting in all the little edges. And then squeegee it top to bottom. I'm gonna grab a towel too and wipe off all the panel edges and then squeegee it one more time. Because I've noticed whenever you do this, sometimes you have little bits of dirt collect on the edge because you just cleaned off the back window and sweeped it all on the sides. So go through, give the panels that are surrounding it a little bit of a dust off and squeegee it one more time. That should help with any types of dirt. And then just be real thorough and even. Overlap strokes here. Good. That's all set. Let's go grab our pattern. Okay, fingertips, clean those off. So we're going to be grabbing it in a couple spots. Oh, come on, pattern. There we go. Just keep that flat. Pull it straight down, all the way. We're all set. Let's pick this up. So the wiper section is going to the top first. So that's the way we're gonna set it up. You can kind of just like slide it up into the panel. And then just shove your head back here. Try and make sure that everything is covered. So easy on hatches to miss one little spot that's just not quite covered right, especially these top corners. You think everything's covered, and then you look and you're like, oh shit, there's a gap up there. This is good. And then when you're squeegeeing out, double check. That pattern can slide a little bit until it's stuck. Squeegee from the center out. I like to go along the defrosters too, but you'll see I'll angle up and angle down more towards the corners. I'm always trying to stretch the film out evenly to minimize any little air pockets that'll pop up. Harder squeegee, center out. Second time around, I'll definitely go right along the defrosters and the curve of them, because it'll start to stick along that line. So if you have a little air pocket, it'll go out way easy if it travels all the way along the defrosters rather than trying to skip over a defroster line. And we should be pretty good. Wipe it all down. Give it a quick check, and if it looks good, that'll be it. Oh, a little bit of water there. Let's take care of that. Everything else, any little water on the edge there, it's normal. Pop this back open, and then we'll go for, I don't know, a little tri-edge or something. See, flex that, make sure all the edges. How's that look now? Much, much better. Alrighty. Looks good. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to pop the wiper back on. Have a good one.